Okay, I'm going to film this for someone that might have a similar problem. I've got one of these wireless brake controllers, and the problem I found myself in today is that when I would try to turn this on, I get a continuous non-connect. And like I said, this is one of those wireless. So before you go assuming that if something wrong with your controller unit, which I've got mine here wrapped in plastic, I keep it protected. The first thing to do is check your plug. And so when I check my plug, and you can see I've done a bypass on mine. I got a pigtail. This is a 2019 Toyota 4Runner, and I got tired of crawling under it on my head, so I built me a little extension here to plug my wireless brake controller in. Okay, well anyway, bottom line is the first thing you ought to do is go check your pin out and see if it's working. And some time back I bought one of these Kurt testers. It's pretty straightforward. I'll just show you. You plug this thing in and turn on your key if you like. Turn the key on. Basically this will read everything, and basically it checks all your wiring. Okay, so I'll kind of show you. One thing I knew automatically is the 12-volt light was not lit. Go ahead and start the vehicle, and let me show you how this thing works. Turn the left blinker on. Okay, now turn the right blinker on. Alright, hit the brakes. Okay, turn the blinker off. Hit the brakes. Okay, put it in reverse. Okay, put it in park. And turn it off. Okay, one of the first things you should notice is I'm not getting 12 volts. And that 12 volt should be lit at all times. So that told me that, you know, the wireless controller, of course, is not getting any power, and for that reason it's not working. It's never connecting. So I came up here to the fuse box. On the back of your fuse box there are several fuses, and of course the first one I went looking for is this 30 amp here towing. Then I thought, no, that's not it, because it's not providing 12 volt power. And what I discovered is there is some relays in here. This one is called actually a towing tail. There's also a sub battery relay here. And at first I thought maybe it was those, but you know, I put my finger on these, and go ahead and turn the key on, and I could feel the click. Turn the key off, back on. Key off, back on. I could feel the click, and I could hear the click on these relays. So I knew it wasn't that. So I went back looking, and there is on the Toyota another sub battery 30 amp here. And what I discovered is that sub battery is what controls the 12 volt power. So I sort of figured that that was probably my problem. And to confirm it, this is a 30 amp, I believe that's a 50, it looks like. Just to confirm it, I'll show you what I did. Is the key turned off? Turn the key off. pulled this relay, I'm sorry, this amp, these amp fuses, and I just borrowed another. I know it's not exactly the same. Okay, turn the key on. Let's go back here. You'll notice now I've got 12 volts of power. Now that tells me, well, you already know what it tells me. That inside that 30 amp, I'm sorry, this relay, that 30 amp, which is called the sub battery, I turn the key off, is the problem. So I've got to go replace that. Now I know what you're thinking, what's causing that to blow, and that's what you should be looking at. I don't know for sure. I think it might be that I disconnect my battery when it's stored for long time periods, especially during COVID. There's long time periods when I'm not driving, so I put a disconnect on here. And I'm not sure if that or just plugging in and out on that trailer back there maybe shorted it or something. I did put some dielectric grease back there on my plug, so maybe playing around with that did that. But so anyway, if you do have that problem, I would suggest, you know, well, these two relays you can interchange too and do a quick test. If that doesn't work for you, you could change these two here and do a quick test. Now if it's something else, there are a couple 30 amp, I believe, fuses if you look on the back of your cover, your fuse panel. So anyway, all right, so put it in perspective, I'm hauling a little casita, and I did a separate video, but it made me a little pigtail so I don't crawl on my head no more, and I'm using my tester. And you can see once I put the old one back in there, I lost 12 volts of power too. But so I'll go replace that, and hopefully this will save somebody else some time if you run into this similar problem. So hopefully this is helpful.